So, last question that I've got anyway. Um, I am happy with the size of my breast, but unhappy with the shape. Do I need a reduction? So this basically is a patient who is happy with the size of the breast, but unhappy with the shape. So if you're happy with the size of your breast, normally there's size and there's shape, and size means they're too big or too small. Shape means they're droopy. So if they're too big, the best way to make them smaller is to sorry, is to reduce them. If they're too small, the best way to make them bigger is to use implants. Uh, if it's a shape that's a problem, if they're too droopy, then it's a lift. And a lift can be combined with implants or a reduction if it's shape and size. So if it's pure shape and you're happy with the size, then on paper, that's a reduction. Now, this patient says, I'm happy with the size. I just want a lift. I'm like, fine, let's do a lift. But she's got quite big breasts. She's got quite a large volume of breasts. And the problem in those situations is that your breast will be acted on by gravity. So your breast will droop again. So from a purely surgical point of view, if you it would be better to reduce some volume, especially from the lower pole of the breast, reduce some volume from the breasts at the time of the lift to prevent those breasts from drooping again, because gravity will be acted on them. But it's really up to the patient. So I had this conversation with a patient, and I feel a bit bad trying to tell her that she'd be better off having a reduction when she's happy with the size, because I don't want to do a reduction which will give her a more long-lasting effect, but she's unhappy with the size of her breasts. So I don't want to make her have a more long-lasting effect of a result that she doesn't like. But if I don't do a reduction, I'll have to say the result won't last as long because the weight will make the breast droop again, which might be preferable to her to have a shorter lived result of the size that she wants rather than a longer lived result of the size she doesn't want. So it's really up to the individual. So if you've got a larger breast and you're happy with the size and you just feel that they're a bit droopy, you could have a lift, but the weight will weigh them down again. And from a surgical point of view, if we could make them smaller, it would make the result last longer, but it's a bigger operation. There's more risk of complications. And what the heck was that? And my phone. What's the iPad over there? Hi, Wendy. And so that's a tricky one. That's a tricky one because it depends on if you are genuinely happy with the size. If you don't mind being a bit smaller, it will probably be good to take a bit of volume out of the lower pole at the time of the lift, which I think what we agree with this patient here. I hope that was a specific patient I had in mind with this question, so I hope that's translated.